Welcome back, my Jedi friends. Today we're going to talk about WhatsApp anxiety, indeed, social media anxiety. And this comes from a story I read in The Guardian that said about a highly sensitive person who got high anxiety because people could see that she was reading messages and not responding in what was considered a reasonable amount of time. So, as a highly sensitive person, it's highly likely that you read your social media messages and don't respond immediately because you want time to think about it. You may get a reaction, you may hold back, you may want to put a very measured answer in, you may want to do the right thing. Yet, in this day of social media lunacy, somebody can see that you read their message 5 hours ago. Why haven't you responded? And then people will start calling you out. It can start affecting your relationships, it can start affecting your mental health. So, let's talk about this today because this is a really interesting topic for highly sensitive people. Social media management and expectation from people. So, first and foremost, let's talk about this very, very directly. If you don't already know this, there is a feature on WhatsApp, if that's your platform of choice, where you can switch this off. You can stop people from seeing that you've read the messages. Now, it stops you from seeing when people have read your messages. But in my world, that's all a good thing. I never check this stuff anyway. I didn't even know people could check this. This lunacy was going on outside of my awareness. And then one day a friend told me all about it and was telling me, giving me a rundown of how often I check my messages and when I was last online. This is a bit like having a tracker tag, my friends, for all of your people on you. If you don't know what settings or terms and conditions that you've ticked, you could be being tracked by all and sundry. Now, there's also sufficient evidence out there to know that the amount of permissions that you give on your phone, it's virtually tracking you and recording you in numerous different areas. That's a completely different rabbit hole that we could go down for in another video. But for today, let's just talk about this. Let's talk about how social media, your settings, the things and features that people can do to limit your capacity to live your own life and to be tracked. For people old enough, this is Truman Show stuff. You're being tracked, my Jedi friends, and it is increasing expectations and it is affecting mental health. So, the very short version to this is turn all those settings off and stop this lunacy. Stop this lunacy, my Jedi friends. Do not let this happen to you. You can go on WhatsApp and turn this setting off. So that's the simple version. But let's talk about this dynamic of expectations of what people think is an acceptable amount of time to get back to someone. Now, if I'm feeling conflicted or I'm feeling angry or I'm feeling fired up, I will frequently, not always, I'll tell you not always, but frequently, I'll write out the message that I think I should send back and then I'll sleep on it. And almost always I change the message by the time I wake up in the morning because I'm lower emotion, I'm a lot calmer, I've had time to reflect. And in life, high emotion means low intelligence. And when somebody fires us up or insults us or says something mean or spiteful or high emotion, low intelligence. So it's often a good thing to wait to respond to things that charge you. Now, it might be requests on your time. Somebody asking you, will you come out with me at the weekend? And part of you doesn't want to go, doesn't really want to do it, does it? But you're high empathy. You don't want to let your friends down. You want to be all things to everyone else. So part of evolving as a highly sensitive person, as an empath, is learning to say no. Learning to put clear boundaries in place with your time, with your energy, with your efforts. And this can be a lifelong journey for people that are sensitive to energy. Maybe you can relate to this. Maybe you have done things recently or throughout your life that you didn't really want to do, but you did it because you didn't want to upset people. Your fear of upsetting others always trumps your need to do what you'd prefer. You don't mind upsetting yourself, but you don't want to upset others. And this is the gift and the curse of the empath. The gift and the curse of the empath is you're a good friend to everyone, but sometimes you're too good a friend at the expense of yourself. And social media is bringing this out to another level. So rather than me go on and on and on about this, I want to open this video up for you to share in the comments. What do you find with social media? What are your challenges? Have you clarified your boundaries so that you say no to all of the things that you want to do? Or are you continuing to live other people's lives for fear of upsetting others? Because there lieth the issue here, my friends. At what level of priority do your own needs have in amongst all of the smorgasbord of requests from everyone around you? Unless you have these boundaries, and this is a clear definition of what a boundary is. What will you say no to? What wouldn't you say no to? And where is the conflict? And how long is it taking you to respond to your WhatsApp messages? Are your friends losing the plot on you? I'll be very interested to get your thoughts on this, my Jedi friends. So please do share. And if you want more of this controversy, more of these deep soul searching questions, and you're highly sensitive to energy and you want more of the same, then do like and subscribe to the channel, especially if you're still watching now, because statistically, not many people will be. And if you want another one of my videos, another piece to this very complicated jigsaw, find that just there.